What's up, everybody? It's Omar Farouk here from TryonLeague. Today we got the AFC West predictions. So we'll start off with the Denver Broncos, who won this division last year pretty easily. They were 13-3, and they just kind of boosted themselves. They got Wes Welker from the New England Patriots on the offense. That's huge for Peyton Manning. That's just another weapon for Peyton Manning to use. And the running game, they did lose Willis McGahee, who was a good running back. They decided to cut him, so now they drafted Monte Ball, and they also have Rodney Hillman and Noshan Marino. Noshan Marino, he shows promise, but he's injured all the time. So we'll have to see what happens. There will probably be a committee of like 3 running backs. It's all like, coming in, coming out, running the ball. They'll all be shared carries. But the Peyton Manning and the offense will be just fine. The defense has also been improved. They picked up in linebacker Sean Phillips, who's a really good player. And then they also got Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie, who I think, after that little, stint in Philadelphia where he wasn't really used properly, I think he's going to come back over here in Denver and just really, pick up where he left off from Arizona. So this team is going to be really good. They did lose Elvis Dumervil, who's a great pass rusher, and also Von Miller will be suspended for the first 6 games of the season. So that will be a little tough. The Broncos will have to, really, play good on defense, but really the offense is going to have to, step up in those beginning games. But, I think they'll maybe suffer a little bit, but not too much. I think this team to go 12-4. Next team is the Kansas City Chiefs, who went 2-14 last year. Just really bad play. I mean, they were just a really bad team. Had the number 1 pick. They drafted lineman Eric Fisher, who's going to turn out to be a really good player. It was a good, safe pick, but he's going to turn out to be a really good player for them. This team surprisingly had 6 Pro Bowlers. So there's talent on this team. The problem was probably just the coach and the quarterback. So they got a new coach, Andy Reid, and they got a new quarterback, Alex Smith. This, I think, is a perfect fit for this team. Alex Smith is not a guy who turns the ball over like crazy. He's just a game manager, and I think he has something. He wants to prove something because he probably feels like he got slighted by the whole Kaepernick situation in San Francisco. And Andy Reid obviously wants to prove something too. His exit from Philadelphia wasn't the best, and I think him and Alex Smith, they're gonna grow together, and they're gonna really improve this team a lot. I have this team going 8-8. They have a lot of weapons. I mean, Jamal Charles, Dwayne Bowe, these are really nice players, and I think this offense will start to come together. Next team is the Oakland Raiders, who last year went 4-12. This team really, in terms of offensively, they're horrible. Their offensive line is really, really bad, and their quarterback situation really has. They had signed Matt Flynn, and Matt Flynn in the preseason really didn't look too good, and then they put in Terrell Pryor, and even though Terrell Pryor, he's a mobile quarterback, how much are you gonna take? I mean, he's running around almost every single snap because the line can't block anything. On defense, they did add some good players. They added Tracy Porter, they added Charles Woodson, but Charles Woodson's old now. This team is just going to be super bad. I think they're going to be, I have them going 3-13 this year. I don't think they're going anywhere. It's pretty sad what's happened to such a great and storied franchise. Last team is the San Diego Chargers, and they signed Danny Woodhead, who's a running back from the Patriots. They got Dwight Freeney. This team went 7-9 last year, and that was mainly because of the turnovers by Phillip Rivers. The offense wasn't as smooth. They hired Mike McCoy, who was the offensive coordinator in Denver, as their coach, and I don't think this team is going to improve much. Their line, like Oakland, they have a line issue. Their offensive line just can't block. Phillip Rivers is always under pressure. That's why he's been throwing so many interceptions recently. The running game, it all depends on if Ryan Matthews is healthy. The receivers, I think their starting 2 receivers are out for the season. So I mean, really bad luck going on in San Diego. The defense will be they won't be that bad, but they won't be that good either. I have this team going 6-10. I don't really see any improvement, and I think they're gonna start to rebuild now. I think after this season they're gonna be in a rebuilding mode. I think Philip Rivers is pretty much done. So I mean, you can just tell the AFC compared to the NFC. I mean, the NFC is so much stronger. There's almost at least 3 playoff teams in every single division in the NFC. And then you look at the AFC, the only division that even compares to the NFC is the AFC North, and all these other divisions so far have been really bad. So I don't know, but I mean, it's very interesting when you compare these 2 conferences. But that's it, and hope you guys enjoyed this. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, so long.